LLCs are one of the most popular business structures in 2025, and it's no surprise why. They offer personal liability protection, they offer pass-through taxation, and they're relatively easy to operate and maintain. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through the complete step-by-step process of forming a brand new LLC in 2025. Whether you're just exploring the idea or you're already committed to setting one up, this guide will help you to understand everything you need to know to get your LLC officially up and running. Without further ado, let's get started. All right, guys, welcome on. Step number one is we're going to talk about selecting a name for your LLC. The very first thing of your LLC to-do list is choosing a name. This isn't just about branding. It's also about legality and clarity. The name you pick should clearly reflect your business and help potential customers understand what you offer. So a name that's too generic or too abstract might cause confusion and might dilute your business presence. You also need to include an LLC designator at the end of your business name. Most states require something like LLC or L.L.C. or limited liability company to be included. This indicates the legal structure of your business to the public. So for instance, if your company sells handcrafted furniture, something like Williams Custom Furniture LLC would be a great option because it lets customers know what your business does and it has an LLC designator. But don't forget, your desired name must be unique in your state. If another company already is using that name, you'll need to pick a different one. And most states have an online business name database that you can search. It also is a good idea to check the web domain name and availability at the exact same time that you're searching if the business name is available. Sometimes the business name will be available, but then the website domain name will already be taken, which is so frustrating. Your website URL should ideally match your business name to maintain consistency across your branding. Also, consider checking social media handles. You want to ensure that they're available and consistent across platforms like Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. A unified brand presence will make your business appear more professional and trustworthy. I made sure when I was setting up Tax Alchemy back in 2019, 2020, that I was able to get the Tax Alchemy Instagram account, the Tax Alchemy Facebook account, the Tax Alchemy LinkedIn, the Tax Alchemy website. And then I started doing alternatives, taxalchemyadvisors.com, taxalchemytaxplanning.com. I just wanted to make sure I truly own that domain name. All right, let's go to step number two. Step number two is appointing a registered agent. Once you've locked in a name, the next step is to choose your registered agent. This is the person or company responsible for receiving legal paperwork, the legal tax notices, and other official correspondence for your LLC. You can appoint yourself to be the registered agent. You can also appoint another member of your LLC or hire a registered agent service. Registered agents can be particularly helpful if you're registered in a state where you don't live or operate physically. The agent must have a physical street address. It cannot be a PO box in the state where your LLC is registered. Now, many entrepreneurs choose to register in business-friendly states like Delaware, Nevada, Wyoming, even Alaska. If you're going that route but don't reside there, a third-party registered agent service can be useful for you. These services usually cost between $50 a year upwards to $300 per year, depending on your provider. Now, also keep in mind, your registered agent must be available during normal business hours. So choose someone reliable if you don't go with a professional service. If your agent misses a critical legal notice, you could lose a court case by default. So be aware of that. Here's step number three that I want you guys to be aware of. Now that you have a registered agent, you did the research to figure out the name and domain, you're going to file what's called Articles of Organization. The Articles of Organization are the legal documents that officially bring your LLC into existence. Each state has its own filing requirements, but most forms will ask you for the same things. What's the name of your business? Where's its physical address? What's the purpose of the business? Who's the registered agent? And this is how the business is managed, as in, is it member managed? Is it manager managed? What is going to be the length of time the LLC will operate? Where are the signatures from the other members? Some states still require a public notice, like publishing an ad in a local newspaper before your LLC can be approved, which is annoying. It's a bit of an old school requirement, but it's still on the books in a few places. Now, typically, you'll file these documents with your Secretary of State's office. This office can typically have an online portal for you. So you can expect to pay a filing fee, which generally ranges from about $50 on the low end upwards to $350 on the high end, depending on your state. In some states, they'll expedite the processing of this, which will make it even better for you, but it'll cost an extra fee if you're in a hurry to launch your business. If you're unsure about what to put in your articles of organization, many states provide templates for you or guidelines to follow that you can download offline or use ChatGPT, to be honest with you. You could also consult with a business attorney or with a tax professional if you're dealing with a more complex setup. Maybe you have multiple partners. Maybe there's going to be an exit event. You want to establish the operating agreement and the articles of organization ahead of time, which leads me to creating an operating agreement. Step number 4 is creating an operating agreement. Even though most states don't legally require an operating agreement, having one is a smart move if you're a business owner that wants to protect your business. This document outlines how your LLC will function, who's the ownership, what's the percentage of ownership, what's the voting rights, what's the distribution of profits, and procedures for what happens if someone wants to leave the company. It acts as a playbook for your business, and it helps prevent misunderstandings and legal issues that can happen down the road. Now, this is especially important if you have multiple members involved in your business. You want this operating agreement to be ironclad from the onset of your business being started. It's helpful if you're ever applying for business credits too, or going through some type of legal dispute. And it shows how decisions are made within your company. Even if you're a single member LLC, having an operating agreement in place can make your business look more legitimate to banks, to investors, to lenders. It also reinforces the separation between you and your business for liability purposes, which can be important in a courtroom. In a courtroom, they're going to ask for all this information, by the way. So an operating agreement can help clarify how new members can join the company, how decisions are voted on, and what happens in the event of a deadlock or an internal disagreement. So these terms are easier to agree upon at the beginning, before any conflict arises. Having these guidelines in writing will protect your LLC's long-term stability. Trust me on this, you really don't want to skip this step. If you do, it can be a nightmare down the road. If something goes wrong with your LLC, tax professionals typically have to deal with the nightmares on phone calls with partners that didn't do all this up front. I'm going to solidify this by saying, if you are going to go into partnership, please make sure that you establish your operating agreement with an attorney before moving on. Here's step number 5. Step number 5 is obtaining an employer identification number, or an EIN number. After your LLC is registered with the state, the next step is to get the EIN number. The EIN number comes from the IRS. Think of this number as being like your business's social security number. It's how the IRS tracks your LLC for tax purposes. You'll need an EIN number to go open up a bank account, to file taxes, to hire employees. The good news is you can get one for free directly from the IRS website. You don't have to pay for this one. And it only takes a few minutes when applying online. You'll receive it instantly once your application is approved. If you're working with a partner, or you're launching a multi-member LLC, please make sure to keep a copy of the EIN confirmation letter for your records. You'll likely need it again when working with banks, applying for business licenses, and filing your tax returns. Additionally, certain vendors and suppliers may require your EIN before allowing you to open up a business account or extend trade credit. If you apply for a business permit or license at the local or state level, you will 100% need the EIN number for these applications. It's one of the foundational steps to running a fully compliant and operational business. This is why it's so required. Step number 6 is setting up a business bank account. Now that you've gotten your EIN and your LLC is legally recognized, you'll want to keep your business finances separate from your personal finances. So you're going to have to open up a dedicated business checking account that is key to protecting your liability status and staying organized when it's time to do your tax returns. Please make sure everyone who should have access to the account, such as co-owners or managers, is added appropriately. As I just mentioned, many banks will ask for your EIN. They may also ask for your articles of organization and possibly your operating agreement when you're opening up a bank account. These are some of the things that they look for. Consider applying for a business credit card as well. This can help you track expenses, build business credit, and even earn rewards or cash back depending on the card you choose to utilize. Some online banks and fintech platforms offer streamlined business accounts with low or no fees, so it's worth comparing your options before choosing where to open up your business account. Next is step number 7. Step number 7 is keeping your LLC in good standing. This is the last step. It's also one of the most important. Setting up your LLC is just the beginning. You also have to maintain it. That means staying compliant with your state's laws. Many states require you to file annual reports or pay renewal fees to keep your LLC active. Did you know that? So failing to do so can result in penalties, or worse, your LLC could be dissolved by the state without you even knowing. You don't want to forget about the federal state, and local taxes. Staying current on all of your obligations will keep your LLC in good standing and your business running smoothly. You might also consider working with a tax professional that knows what he's talking about. You might want to have a tax professional on your team, or an accountant at the very least who understands LLCs to help you stay on track as your business grows. A tax accountant is perfect for helping you account for your business income and your expenses and filing your return, and then a tax professional can be there to help you save money on taxes as your business grows. Also, you want to keep good records. You want to maintain clean financials. You want to stay on top of deadlines. This is how you protect your business. You want to give yourself the best chances to thrive. That's all I've got for today's video. Hopefully now you have a much better understanding of the process of setting up an LLC. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy being on this channel and learning from me. Thank you so much for making it on this video. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.